So when you're promoting these lies, you're turning souls away from the kingdom of heaven.
You still need to come, no matter what anyone else says, come and see for yourself. You need to come and see what is happening here at the services. People are being saved, and, even come and see how the money is being used for yourself. Don't be influenced by the lies, but come experience God's presence.
So that's why I'm here to share with you the truth, so that you will no longer, you need to be convicted for sharing these lies, for promoting and supporting racism. So I'm here today to share with you the truth. This pastor here is not stealing money from charities. My dad has been stealing money from charities.
So in this one recording, my dad said that he raised $500 million, or $500 million for charity.
I have raised $500 million for charity. $500 million for charity.
My question is, where did the $500 million go? Because even according to his 990, the tax exempt form for the IRS, it did not go into the charity. So, my dad hasn't been charged yet for any of these crimes. But that's just because he's been paying all these people off. A news station in Kansas City, Missouri actually already investigated my dad and the questionable use of his charity finances and spending back in 2014. One of the specialists there even said that she would call it a scam. I mean, he brings in so much money, but such a little percentage of it goes to the actual charities that they claim to be helping. And so they already investigated him for this and put this out on the news, in the internet, but he still hasn't formally been charged for any of these crimes.
What if you gave $100 to a veterans charity, only to learn that just a small fraction of what you gave ever went to help anyone in need?
CarsHelpingVets.org, a car donation charity that, as the name says, helps veterans. This charity spends the vast majority of what it takes in, on average 83%, on running the charity, not on veterans in need.
I would call it a scam, even though it's a perfectly legal operation.
Sandra Minuti with Charity Navigator says that's way too much. Good charities usually spend no more than 30% on operations. The worst year for this car donation charity was 2012, when tax records show it raked in $4.6 million and gave only 3%. Or $182,000 to the groups it says it's helping. In 2011, the Better Business Bureau of St. Louis issued a warning, saying, among other things, that the man in charge, Rick Frazier, used to run the car donation program for the Purple Heart Foundation. They sued him for deception and destroying incriminating documents that they said proved he was cheating them out of money. We found charity funding. The company paid to run the charity's day-to-day operations. The man in charge is Rick Frazier, the same guy the Better Business Bureau warned you about.
Can you turn that off?
Rick Frazier's brother Steve stopped us short. Is it a legitimate charity?
It is, but...
Then, why wouldn't you want to answer these questions? No answers here, so we paid a visit to Rick Frazier's home. The charity business seems to be treating him well.
Even just with my mom in my dad's divorce case, the way I saw my mom treated by the judge, I knew that she had to be being paid off by my dad. And, later on now my dad has admitted to paying off the judge.
I paid the judge. I paid the attorney.
The amount of money that when I was growing up, that he would tell my siblings and I that he had, because he would even just mention things like, from the charities that he would bring in, $500 million that he's brought in with charities. And he's saying, look, if I only take 10% of that, that's, $50 million. But so we're saying, Dad, you said you don't have $50 million. Like in the divorce, he's saying that he only has $4 million. So my mom got, half of that. We're saying, well, so then how do you have this other $50 million?
The charity pays me 10%. So $50 million's provided us a nice house, a nice living.
I know that he had accounts overseas that he was investing money in, like in Greece. And so it seemed like he was hiding money, and, that he did not have to, even in the divorce case, that he hid money from my mom and didn't even give her the settlement that she really deserved.
And what's crazy is actually, the very thing that my dad has tried to do and accuse Apostle Taylor of, those are actually things that my dad is guilty of himself. With the charity work, with everything, the things that he's been accusing Apostle Taylor of, Apostle Taylor has not done, but my dad has.